What other food argument is as heated as pineapple on pizza? Don't Americans think beans on toast is weird or something? Edit, so it turns out they don't think it's weird. They're just not very happy about it. Edit, beans aren't sweet in England. Cannot believe that's a sentence. An American once tried arguing to me that beans on toast are an abomination and was just so passionate about it. I'm like, motherfucker, you put marshmallows on sweet potato and call it a casserole, but putting beans on toast is where you draw the line. The idea of beans on toast kind of grosses me out, but I wonder if one of the reasons for the divide is because of how sweet American bread is comparatively. How to cook steak. There are folks who insist that anything other than minimal spice and a quick flip of the pan is sacrilege. There are other folks who have elaborate 24 hours marinade sessions to get their steak ready for the barbecue and top it with clarified garlic butter. Some people like their steak well done. Some people like barbecue sauce. Some people can't afford an expensive cut, so they end up slow cooking a cheap one, /gas/. All of these people will find someone online who thinks that they are wrong. I can't count how many abominations I've made in the kitchen because I was eating cheap, stoned, or, most commonly, both. Lol. Salt and vinegar should be blue, and cheese and onion green, cilantro, or coriander. Some people have a gene that makes it taste like soap. Poor MF said it, holy cilantro, this blew up, haha. For those who are asking, it tastes kind of like parsley but with more of a tang to me, super fresh and earthy. Have a wonderful day, you wonderful people. Cilantro will 100% make any dish taste like Blue Dawn for me. Wow, this makes so much sense to me because I remember when I would eat the beans at this Mexican restaurant when I was younger, I would tell my dad to try them because they taste like soap. He would try them and tell me that they taste just fine, and that shit would blow my mind how he could eat them and not taste it. Is cereal a soup? And when there's only milk left over, it's a broth. If you stack one lasagna on top of another lasagna, do you have one big lasagna or two stacked ones? See, everybody is bringing up stuff that seems relatable, then you come in with the truly insightful question. Obviously you've now created the Mondo Sanya, a masterpiece worthy of a Nobel Prize. What happens if you stack two Mondo Signas? Is it one big Mondo Sanya or two stacked ones? Is a hot dog a sandwich? https://cuberule.com/ Anything that argues that chocolate is a salad is a winner in my book. In Mexico we have the superheated argument about whether or not a quesadilla should have cheese in it. The issue arises from the fact that the name quesadilla implies cheese is in it, queso being a prefix that comes from queso, which means cheese, but in certain places in Mexico, when you order a quesadilla they would ask you if you want cheese in it. In those places, the quesadilla usually has other food inside, like chicken or beef. The cheese is extra, which comes in contradiction with the name of the dish. How does the tortilla stick together without the cheese? It's soft, so just folding it would be enough, but a little oil helps. Scones, cream then jam or jam then cream? I did not mean that to sound like a euphemism. Eater, I feel like I should confess to never trying a scone, so I have not got a preference. I might try both ways one day and see what I think. This is Devon versus Cornwall. I can see the logic of both, the idea being in Cornwall the clotted cream is the star, so they want a big splodge. But I like it more as the base, as if you were buttering bread with the jam as a topper. Ketchup, cold or room temp? Unless you eat a lot of ketchup, I would put it in the refrigerator. It's not completely shelf stable once open. My aunt and grandma got in such a heated debate about this that my grandma wrote a letter to Heinz. Their response basically stated that due to the acid content there was negligible microbe growth at room temperature. However, they also stated cold temperatures further inhibit microbe growth and do not harm the ketchup, so even though it isn't on the bottle they recommended refrigerating for anyone who was concerned. Which state has the best barbecue in US? I was going to say regional barbecue. Dry rub, sauce, wood fire, charcoal, smoked, mustard-based sauce, molasses/tomato, vinegar sauce. So many options and none of them are wrong. Except Wisconsin, I believe they call Sloppy Joe's /man-wich barbecue, which is just weird. Basically just depends on where you fall on the sweet versus spicy versus smoky versus vinegary spectrum. I'm Texas barbecue all the way. Smoky with a good kick of spice. The Carolina vinegar and mustard styles are good too, but not always what I'm in the mood for. Most barbecue sauces are way too sweet for me. Steak cooked past medium is an abomination. Reminds me of my favorite King of the Hill scene. Hank, yep, these are perfectly medium rare Bobby, but Dad, what if someone wants theirs cooked well done? Hank turns to Bobby in disgust. Hank, in that case, we ask them politely, yet firmly, to leave. Should you eat cold pizza or reheat it? Depends on what reheating you have available. Cold pizza is better than microwave pizza, but oven pizza beats cold pizza. Air fryer reheated is often better than fresh. Truth. If you could only have hot food and hot drink or cold food and cold drink for the rest of your life, which would you choose? This is not a debate, it is the Earth's most tortuous would you rather. If I can't have a hot slice with a cold beer, take me now. I hear mint and chocolate are gross together all the time. Like Thin Mints aren't the best Girl Scout cookie. Whether or not candy corn is good. I think it's pretty good if it's a small amount. Eating a lot of it will make me feel like garbage. I hear there's a debate in Australia about pricking snags on the barbie, i.e., poking holes in sausages while grilling so the fat drains out. If you've ever been grilling a sausage and had it burst, spraying hot liquid sausage fat all across your tender, trembling face and shirtless torso, it becomes less of a debate and more of a safety precaution. I want to read your fanfiction. Here in India, the most controversial argument is vegetarian biryani a thing? One side says, biryani by definition, contains meat. Vegetarian biryani does not exist. That is just pool, stir-fried vegetables with rice. The other side says, even if we don't put meat in it, we use the same spices in it, so it is just a different type of biryani. What if you made a biryani with tofu or paneer? Would you call that a biryani, or can pillow be made with those? I have a somewhat controversial opinion on food. Any dish should be called whatever chef calls it. If someone says that they made me veg biryani, I will say that's good biryani man. And vice versa. Within limits, of course. I will correct someone if they make French fries and then call it pizza lol. Will eating lab-grown human meat constitute cannibalism? Eating a steak made of your own cells is just self-sufficient living, that is. Is tater tot hot dish actually delicious? As a Minnesotan, of course it is. It just has to be. But is it? The best thing to come out of Minnesota is real wild rice. I only learned about the real stuff recently and it's so good. Like putting cereal first then milk. I'd glamour. I found putting the bowl first makes less mess. Why do you need a bowl when they provide a box to dump the milk in? Ketchup on eggs. Spend a few days in the military and you'll understand. Unless you're Air Force, I'm sure room service provides only the best for you. Yes. But salsa on eggs is even better. The flavor of water is its temperature. Now this is just objectively false. Water's flavor comes from the minerals dissolved in it. If you get tap waters from different places or different brands of bottled water, they will taste different at the same temp. Do you break Kit Kat bars apart and eat them one at a time, or do you chomp down on the whole thing at once, like a HEATHEN? I did the big chomp at Halloween this year on a Kit Kat I bought for myself to have a wee splurge. The look of pure horror I got from my guy. I know what to do to assert dominance from now on, Lamau. Beans or no beans in chili? Chili without beans is just sloppy joes. Pecan pie or pecan pie? I say pecan just to piss off the locals. Mild or spicy at Popeyes is practically a proxy race war. As a white guy who likes spicy food, the three kinds of white people and spicy food relationships is thus: 1. The generic white person who can't handle more than 2 pinches of black peppercorn on their bland food. 2. The normal person, who likes spicy food and has varying tolerances, but a spicy sandwich or buffalo wing won't kill them, like the first kind. 3. The obnoxious spicy Chad, who thinks because they have some advanced tolerance that they are the spice lord or control the flow of spice. They will tell you of how they wake up in the morning and squeeze habanero seeds into their eye sockets, or rub their peppers with ghost pepper essence. These guys are fucking annoying. I think there's a middle ground at 2.5, maybe that just means I'm 3. Is cheese a topping on a pizza? I have a friend who argues the literal side that someone has to physically put cheese on the pizza, therefore it is a topping. I argue it is not a topping, that it comes default on the pizza. If I ordered a pizza and asked for no toppings, it would still come with cheese. It gets pretty intense. I'm sure Reddit could settle it once and for all. Cheese is not a topping. But extra cheese is a topping. I think this is fair in the context of pizza. Cheese and sauce are ingredients to make a pizza, at least an American-style pizza, but if you want extra, they become toppings. It's pedantic, but I think it lays the line in an acceptable place for all. A grilled cheese with anything besides cheese inside is a melt, and not a grilled cheese.
https://www.reddit.com/r/grilled cheese/comments/2or1p3/u_people_sick/question mark @source equals share and @medium equals iOS_app and @name equals iosmf. I don't even have to click. It's one of the greatest Reddit rants of all time. Sweet tea drinkers versus people who don't like brown Kool-Aid. Freedom tea versus the tea of northern aggression. Tea versus diabetes tea.